YouTube, back with another video. And for this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips to have a successful morning routine. Now, if you're somebody like me who's always struggled with having a morning routine, I think this video will be very helpful. I came from a collegiate background, played college basketball, so all my life, basically growing up, everything was always structured. It wasn't until I moved to Florida, I'm living by myself, to where I realized that now that with what I do for work, I don't have to report into anybody and everything is on me per se. So having that structure, that guideline is more reliance on me and having that self-motivation to get it done. And this is something I've lacked for past year or two. And it wasn't until I done these 3 things really that made the difference in my life. So the first tip, I have my notes here, so if you see me look away, don't mind me. So the first tip that I want to give you is to set clear goals for yourself. For me, I'm very busy throughout the day, so I don't often have time to even get time to myself after work is done. So after work, I'm probably going to eat dinner, probably going to do another training session, and by that time it's 8, 9 o'clock, and I'm already ready for bed. I have no kids, I have no girlfriend, no wife, so luckily I'm able to at least get part of that time to myself. Some of you guys that may be watching the video, you guys maybe have kids, have other priorities than I do. Therefore, your time may be a little bit more limited. So for me, what I do, I wake up around 3:30 in the morning, and with this routine I've structured it to where that's a non-negotiable. So I have to get to bed by 9, 10 o'clock. Now, like I said, you guys may have kids and a wife that you may have to put some time into. So you don't have to do it at 3. So maybe you want to get up at 5 or 6, but just having that alone time in the morning for yourself, I think is very vital. And it allows me to decompress and get my mind off things and just have a clear-cut goal on the things I want to do in the future and things I want to accomplish. So one of the things that I also do in the morning, it's a productivity journal. So with this, it's basically allows you to prioritize your day per se. You can get it off Amazon. I can include the link in the bio. It's like 20, 30 bucks. But this allows you to have a clear-cut picture of goals you have to accomplish for the day, and it gives you a timeline on how to get it done. For me, I don't really like to do things randomly. I like my day planned out. Obviously, things may come up that not in my control, but for the most part, everything I do is pretty much planned out. I don't do anything last minute. So when it comes to that, I make sure I write everything down clearly that I want to do and make sure those get accomplished. So I would recommend getting a journal or a planner, I should say, so you can have a daily planner throughout the day. And another thing that I do also, besides the planner, is after I have a red light therapy I try to do every morning when I wake up. Probably I do 5 to 10 minutes each side. It allows me to decompress, my body recover because I'm training a lot. You can add that. You don't have to get that. Some people do the sauna. Essentially the same type of concept, but if you don't have access to a gym, do a daily walk. At least get some exercise in. I like to do the journal, then I go right into training. So after I do that, I come back to the crib, shower, and then I do my daily gratitude. And then with the daily gratitude, allows me to just, like I said, decompress. And just a lot of times you get caught up in life thinking about things that are not so important. So doing a daily gratitude journal allows me to just think about life and everything I'm grateful for, and actually be in the moment of what I have and not worry about what I don't have. And it's just a great way to clear my mind. So with that, the next tip I would give is for this to become a habit for you. So the consistency. A lot of people, they say 21 days, that it makes, after you do 21 days of consistent effort, then the habit becomes a regular behavior for you. I've done other research. I've seen other articles that say 66 days. I would say do 2 months of constant behavior of doing this morning routine. Now, obviously, there may be days where things come up and you may not be able to do it, but as long as you have the mindset of the consistency of doing it, that's the number one thing I think that will put you over the edge. Because it was a while for me where I would set my alarm for 3 a.m. and I would snooze it every time. But I had to make up in my mind where this was a non-negotiable for me. It's something that I can't even explain to you through the video. It's something that you have to find the grit within yourself. Every man has that grit within himself. And you simply just have no excuses for yourself. If you don't do this, then you won't be successful. Like, you have to put that into your mind. So, like I said, some of you guys may have kids, have a wife. You guys have many other obligations that pull you throughout the day. Having this alone time for yourself and making it a priority, I just feel like for me it's very beneficial and helps my mental mindset. And so if I start every day with my daily gratitude, the gym, the red light, the rest of my day just becomes easier because I know what I have coming up. But bringing it back to turning it into a habit, it's the consistency that is going to make you successful at this. I can give you 30 tips. I'm only giving you 3 because you could take these 3, and if you don't have the grit behind it or the motivation to actually get it done, nothing that I'm going to tell you is even going to matter, because you can set your alarm clock for 4 and it'll go off and you just won't have the motivation to get up. So whatever that motivation is for you, whether it's your kids, whether it's making the quotas at work, whether it's working on your body or transition yourself, whatever that may be. But the motivation to do it is what's going to drive you to get to that next level. So I would say make sure you find the motivation. It's not another tip, but just find the motivation to drive you to make sure that the consistency is there. Therefore, you will never get to a point where you feel like you're just doing this just to do it. It's a mindset thing for you, and it's going to drive you to the next level. And the third one, the last tip that I have for you, is to be patient with yourself. There's going to be days where you're just not going to do it. And I've had those days. I've had spans of weeks of those days where consistently I go to sleep at 9, set my alarm for 3, and my alarm will come and my body just not feeling it. And I'm just hitting the alarm, do it for consecutive days. And I found myself in a pity party for myself where I'm like, why am I even doing this? But the key to this is you're patient with yourself, but you don't make excuses for yourself. You be a man and hold yourself accountable. Maybe you need an accountability partner. For me, I have a mentor that if I'm not going or living up to par, he'll check me on some things. So that's for me. That's what I need. I need somebody that's like-minded like myself to make sure I'm on the right path. For you, it could be whatever it may be, but making yourself accountable is the key. Rather than being pity or feeling pity for yourself and just being like, oh, I can't do this. If you have that mindset, you'll never be able to do it. But the big key is to be patient with yourself, because nobody's perfect. And I wouldn't expect perfectness from you. But I expect you to put your best foot forward every day. And every day you look in the mirror and you're proud of yourself that you did what you were supposed to do, rather than you feeling bad and, just hitting the way the life takes you. And that's not what we do on this channel. We take accountability. We put our 2 feet in the sand and we're unmovable. And we get up with grit every day and attack our goals and be a man that, you're proud of. Not somebody that make excuses, not somebody that's looking for pity from other people. If that's your type of vibe, then this is not the channel for you. This is a channel to hold men accountable, to break the mindset of every other man that is not up to par and to have results that no other men get. All right. So I hope these three tips helped you. And if you guys need any other questions, if you want to talk about things, you can feel free to leave a comment below. Reach out to me. I'll put my email address in the bio as well. And like I said, we'll talk from there. All right. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And share this video with somebody that's struggling with the morning routine. All right. I'll holla at y'all.